Hi, I'm Brittany, and I want to be a kids fitness instructor because I'm really passionate about health. I feel like nutrition and exercise are really overlooked topics these days. People are more concerned with treating their existing problems than preventing them. And I feel like a lot of that stems from a lack of knowledge that we could have been teaching our children years ago. I feel like it's very important to instill that kind of knowledge early on because it does have a huge impact on the longevity and the wellness of a person. Okay, today, guys, we are going into the jungle, deep into the dark, scary trees, and we're gonna be lions, tigers, and bears. I constantly enjoy watching little kids. I do it pretty much all the time for family and friends. I'm actually babysitting right now. Guys, say hi.
Hi. Why are you doing this? Hi.
I really enjoy spending time with my brother, especially. He's 11, and I hope that my son is exactly like him, child is exactly like him. He's just the epitome of cool. He is the coolest little boy ever. Although I have a hard time being mean sometimes or being strict than I need to be, I feel like kids definitely need some discipline. I mean, everyone does, but kids especially. My boyfriend's nephews are especially wild, and I have to discipline them on a regular basis. They oftentimes require physical discipline as well as definitely a lot of no's and a lot of physical and verbal reinforcement that what they're doing is wrong. So it's a lot of, hey, please stop doing that. Please stop climbing on me. Stay off the couch. Whereas with these older kids that I'm babysitting now, it's more like setting rules in place. Like, I don't think it's a good idea that you have that chocolate, or let me make you something better for you if you are hungry, or it's not so much discipline, but it's definitely still rule setting. I like to think that I'm a pretty stern motivator. College obviously requires a lot of self motivation. I also do quite a bit of motivating my dad. He was working at a dead end dairy manager Kroger job for 25 years or so, and after I proved to him that I could work hard enough to put myself through college alone without any help, I think that he was pretty motivated to get up and do something with his life. He's now a massage therapist. He loves it. Motivated kids to share. That's also a motivating factor. And I like to do it usually without bribing. Like I like to, even though sometimes it's hard, use logic to persuade instead of incentive. Well, you're probably pretty aware that working with kids is all about being flexible. Working well in life is all about being flexible. Adjusting when things don't go your way is sometimes hard for people, but I have a tendency to really give it my all in terms of being flexible. My last job, for instance, was owned by one man who was very stingy money-wise. He was constantly buying new registers for me to program as the assistant manager. I programmed 2 or 3 cash registers without knowing how to by just reading the manual. Adjusting to not having right amounts of yogurt or fruit in the store and having to ask other employees to go get me stuff. I mean, it was definitely an environment which I learned to be very flexible in, one of many. So, as my application says, I will be applying to UT Arlington in the study of neuroscience, neuropsychology to be more specific. I don't see having any trouble fitting this job into my school plans because I will be making my own schedule as far as school goes. Won't be taking school full time. I don't have any other plans really, and I worked full time pretty much school and also work and extracurriculars throughout all of undergrad. So I don't think it'll be a hard thing for me to tackle. I guess I would prepare for a class by doing my research, reviewing my material, and being prepared to be flexible, of course, knowing that kids may go astray, knowing that I may have to improvise or modify, and preparing myself for that mentally. And also probably stretching a little bit, considering that I know I'm going to be doing some physical activity. My favorite job I ever had would probably be the last job that I had, a smoothie factory. Um, it came with a lot of, ups and downs. I worked there for the entire time I was in college because I loved the atmosphere. It involved me being alone, running the schedule how I wanted to, and doing everything myself. And just really, connecting with all the community members. People would come in on a regular basis, and it was fun to be able to chat with people. My least favorite job was probably at Kroger's, working as a florist. Not that I didn't enjoy the flower aspect of it. Really more just I was in high school at the time, full course load, advanced classes, and playing lacrosse at the time. And I was working about 35 hours a week. When I had been told that I would be working part time, I was thinking more like 20. I was definitely overwhelmed, and I felt like I was picking up a lot of the responsibilities of my superiors. Not to mention, that was the exact Kroger my parents had met and gotten married while working there, both of them. And so there were literally people there who had known my parents and were like, "Oh, you're Rhonda and Tim's daughter." So it was a strange atmosphere. Extracurricularly, I really enjoy being fit. I love doing yoga. I love bicycling a lot. I volunteered last summer at a mental hospital, and that was really interesting, and I learned a lot from it. I also really enjoy the water and being outside. I love getting tan. I love the beach and the pool. Anything that involves me getting some freckles. I would say, as far as my top priorities go, school is going to be number one. Not so much just school alone, but the idea that school will lead to a better future for me. I also wouldn't say this is a separate priority, but it's very important to me to have a well taken care of family whenever I decide to start a family. And I feel like having an adequate amount of knowledge and wealth and success is key to really being able to provide for my family in the future. I would say, as far as family goes, that's probably my second priority. My family is extremely supportive and loving, and I would do anything for them. Third priority would probably be just, feeling valued, like being a good worker, being someone who is providing for others. In a general sense, in a job or in a community or through some sort of organization or outreach. I have a strong desire to give